Welcome to another edition of Against the Grain Sports Podcast Uncut. Now I'm your host, Jody Coleman, in the building, and we joined today with my man Michael, the People's Champ Perry. Man, what's going on, my guy?
It's all good. What's happening?
Man, we just trying another great show, man. We got some things to talk about in the NFL world. The Ravens have hired their head coach, Jesse Minter, the former defensive coordinator for the LA Chargers. We'll talk about that. We got some, of course, the AFC and NFC championship games this weekend, and we got some NBA action going on this evening. But man, you see, hey Mike, you see this weather, man. We about to get several inches of snow up in this area, man. Are you ready, man? You already went to the grocery store?
Man, I love the snow. So, it's great for me.
I had to go make a trip to the grocery store, man. I'm gonna get trapped in here, man. I better have something to eat, man. But nevertheless, man, we got some great information, man, that we want to get out here to our people. Uh, so let's get right into it, man. The Baltimore Ravens, they went with the young guy, Jesse Mentor, 42 years of age. He did really well with the LA Chargers defense, man. Last year they were had the least amount of points scored against them. This year he followed up with a fairly solid second term or whatnot. Talk to me about the Ravens taking Jesse Mentor as their head coach.
Well, this is about as familiar as the Ravens could actually get in replacing Harbaugh because he's essentially a young Harbaugh. The Mentors and the Harbaughs, I believe, have coached together off and on throughout the annals of sports. And I think that for the Ravens, this is about the safest replacement because, like I said, you're basically just getting a Jim Harbaugh type 2.0. He's more of a defensive coach. I'm not sure what Jim's specialty was as when he was coming up. I can't quite remember that.
He was a special teams guy.
Okay.
He was a special teams guy.
Okay. But philosophy-wise, connections-wise, like I wouldn't be surprised if you see Don Martindale, who was the Ravens defensive coordinator before, return to that coaching staff in some capacity. Just a lot of different familiarity that I think you'll see former Ravens assistants potentially back there.
Oh, no doubt. What's up, Kev? He said hit that like button. Teresa, thank you. Appreciate you coming through again. Teresa, hope you're having a fabulous was it Wednesday today, right? No, it's Thursday. I'm sorry, Thursday. But Mike, man, this Jesse Mentor hire, I think, was a very, very good hire for the Ravens. I think this kid, 42 years of age, very innovative. I think he's right at the cusp of what the now going head coach is in the league. They normally don't want to get him too old. They don't want to get him too young. I think 42 is just the right age. He's been dealing with personalities on that Charger defense, so I think he know how to manage personalities. Having Derwin James on there, Khalil Mack. He had a year where he had Joey Bosa on that defense, so he knows how to kind of mend relationships. That's what he's going to have to do with a Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, all those great players, Flowers and Mark Andrews and things of that nature. So I believe that Jesse Mentor was a sensational hire. I think he was one of the hottest candidates out there, kind of like the Ben Johnson from a year ago. So I think that he's going to do well. I feel like this is one of the best coaching jobs available when you have a quarterback. Now, Mike, he withdrew his name from the second interview with the Cleveland Browns, and it was interesting that he did that, and a lot of people was upset about that. But who would you rather have at quarterback? No disrespect to Shedeur Sanders. You would rather have Lamar Jackson at quarterback, correct?
And I think that the Ravens are an organization he's familiar with. I don't think that his ties, I'd be surprised if his ties haven't ran through Baltimore before. But I do know for a fact that he comes from a football family. Rick Mentor, I believe Rick Mentor is his father, was a longtime coach. And he's just one of those, how I won't call him a Nepo baby by any stretch, but He's a family football, like, a family lifelong football coach. So he's going to look at what's the best situation. But you don't think he talked to John and said, "Hey, well, what's good over here?" I know he did. So I mean, and Cleveland is a little bit tougher camp for a first year head coach. I If I had the choice to go to Cleveland or to go to Baltimore, I'm going to Baltimore because of the organizational structure of it all.
But Mike, also too, when you talk about Jesse Mentor being that guy, uh, go out and come back in. Uh, Jesse Mentor being that guy, I think that when you look at the Baltimore Ravens, who has a little bit more flexibility when it comes to the salary cap, the Cleveland Browns salary cap, of course, until they get rid of Deshaun Watson, is in question. Deshaun Watson is still on that roster as we speak. Shador Sanders is a second-year guy, but we don't know how good Shador Sanders is actually going to be going forward. We know that you have a two-time MVP in Lamar Jackson. You have a first ballot Hall of Famer in Derrick Henry. But my thing is it a more desirable job, of course, to go to Baltimore? But the Cleveland Browns, who have been having trouble getting head coaches to come into Cleveland, but everybody is he said go out and come back in was crazy work. But my thing is, I don't necessarily look at it like this, Mike. I look at it at a different angle. Mentor is going to have to do some mending with that defense. You always say, Mike, that you got to have one thing that you do extremely well. And right now, what is it that the Ravens do extremely well? Because it's not the defense side of the ball. They don't run the ball like they used to. What is it that the Ravens do extremely well that really interests Mentor to come over there?
Nothing. If you look at the Ravens, they weren't great on offense. They weren't great on defense. They were good on offense and average at best on defense. But what he's banking on is, hey, and this is something I always say. If you look at the Bengals, Zach Taylor was a quarterback coach. He's the Bengals head coach, and the Bengals are good on offense. No matter what, they good on offense. Got to figure out the defense side of the ball, but he's taking care of one side of the ball. So what Mentor figures is, okay, I'll take care of the defensive side of the ball and get us right. He's going to hire great defensive coaches. He's going to use all of his dad's Rolodex for special assistants and analysts that'll be looking at what they're doing and what he's got going on over there. He'll hire a good offensive coordinator. He's got a marquee quarterback. So they'll be able to figure things out on offense, maybe to go from good to great on offense. But definitely that defense should be improved. If he's worth his salt, then he should have an impact on that defense the same way you see that Johnson had on Chicago this year. He was the offensive coordinator for Detroit while they were running up points and doing all these great numbers last year, and he took that to Chicago, and instantly they became much better on offense. And so that's what I'll be looking for Mentor.
Okay. Well, my thing is I think Mentor is a great hire. Let's go ahead and let's make no mistake about that. I think he's going to do very well with Baltimore. Uh, Baltimore is a team that has a lot of talent, but it has a lot of gaps. And salary cap, we have to understand what they're going to do with the salary cap. But when you got Lamar Jackson, I think you have a lot of things you can do. Now, I hope they don't make a bonehead decision because they were thinking about perhaps trading and packaging Lamar Jackson for multiple picks to go to the Vegas Raiders. That's definitely been a rumor. I think with Mentor there, I don't think he wants to, unless he just fell in love with Mendoza and he think Mendoza can play quarterback at a higher level than Lamar Jackson, which of course that would be asinine to do so. But once again, a lot of people fell in love with Mendoza this particular season. Real quick before we go on to the next question, Mike, do you think that if you're the Baltimore Ravens, you package the Raiders package 3 first round picks to get Lamar Jackson? Do you make that trade? And what sense does that make?
If I'm the Raiders, absolutely. If I'm Baltimore, hell no. I mean, the Raiders would be striking gold because with Lamar Jackson, he could instantly change an offense like the Raiders in a heartbeat because he's so dynamic as a runner. He may go back to run. They could scheme up to where he runs the ball more, makes that offensive line that may not be that good, much better. I guarantee you the running back that they drafted last year will be much better because now you got to worry about Lamar Jackson running. Now he's running, and now you got Bowers, and you go get Pickens from Dallas. You could be on to something.
I like how you thinking. For the Raiders, it would be a no-brainer. I mean, I would have did it yesterday. I would have did it as soon as I would have answered on. You got that hot girl you waiting to call you, and she call you, answer on the first ring. That's what I'm doing if I'm the Raider organization. I'm Tom Brady. I'm answering the first call. What do you want? If you want 3, you want 4 first round, you want 3 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get Lamar Jackson into a Raider uniform because they have not had a dynamic quarterback in quite some time. If I'm the Ravens, I may entertain this, and this is why. Lamar Jackson is a wonderful quarterback, but we've seen what he's done. I'm not saying this is the pinnacle of what he can do, but what could you do with a number 1 pick in the draft? You'll bring over Mendoza. Then you have multiple first-round picks to what you just said. They were average at best on defense. Now you can grab some of these great defensive players, maybe package some deals and go get you the edge rusher, David Bailey out of Texas Tech. And you be aggressive in this draft like the Houston Texans were a few years ago when they had the second and third pick, which was end up being C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson Jr. What about that, Mike? What about getting aggressive and taking those multiple picks if I'm the Ravens and start reloading instead of having to blow the thing up?
Well, gambling is usually done in Vegas, not in Baltimore, because that's what you'll be doing is you're gambling that Mendoza becomes a top-notch quarterback in short order and isn't Ty Detmer. And I'm not sure which one he is. I've already told you that as far as the quarterbacks that I've seen, that I've looked at this year, I wouldn't take anybody that high. So I'm not trading Lamar Jackson to draft Mendoza because I'm not convinced on that one right there. So I don't see the same and the same. Now, if there was a young dynamic quarterback at the top of the like in the past, you had your Caleb Williams, you had all these guys that look dynamic, right? Mm-hmm. No. In fact, hell, if I'm the Ravens, I might fall back and take the kid out of Ole Miss because he might be a better pro prospect than Mendoza.
Well, only reason I'm even mentioning it because it's just been, it's nothing but rumors. This is social media. Social media put all kind of stories out there. But I don't know if it got legs or not. But, I mean, if I'm Baltimore, because Mentor is going to have to come in and have the same offensive coordinator or something similar for Lamar Jackson to be dynamic. We know that Todd Monken is going to follow. He's going to follow Harbaugh to. More than likely, he's going to follow Harbaugh to New York. So, but we can't even continue talking without talking about my guy, Jarrell, Soul on Sports Glenn, all the way from San Antonio, Texas. What's going on, my boy?
I'm going. What's good? Do you need me to go out and go back in?
No,
you just told Mike, well, go get out of there and then go back in there. That's what I heard him say. What the hell's going on today?
Hey, listen, man, it's wild and crazy out here. Me and Mike get together. It's a little baby oil. It might be some syrup. I don't know what's gonna happen when it's just me and Mike on here. Y'all can't. Y'all gotta be here to referee when it's just me and Mike.
But Soul come on with this tight spandex shirt on. I'm like, what do we got going on here? You look like one of the village people.
But I'm glad that Soul just got here. We're talking about the hire of Jesse Mentor. The Baltimore Ravens have, and Baltimore, since they've been back in existence, have not had a lot of head coaches. I think it was Brian Billick, and they had John Harbaugh. So I think they only had 2 head coaches. This is only a 3rd head coach since 1996, I believe, when they became, or 95 when they came into existence. What do you think that Jesse Mentor, what does he bring to this organization, being a defensive-minded head coach?
I think a new voice in the locker room is what the Ravens have been missing. I think they have a lot of talent on this roster. I just think they just need a new voice, and like I heard Mike saying that he thinks he will improve their defense, which has been an issue, and I think the new offensive coordinator is going to bring in will put new life in Lamar Jackson in offense. I think they'll be just fine. I know, Jolie. I know you've been hyping this guy up, hoping he can get one of these jobs, and we'll see what he can do. I mean, I've heard him before a few times. We'll see if he can get it done at the highest level. The Ravens got some talent. Expectations going to be high right away.
But this is the funny thing is Mike try to always say I'm the guy, the Grim Reaper when it comes to coaches. Can I get some praise when I say a guy to get a head coaching job?
You did mention his name for like 3 jobs, and he got one of the ones you did name Baltimore as one of the places he might go. So
Mike called me the Grim Reaper of coaches, man.
Well, you can be both. Like Mike said, both things can be true. You can be both. That's what's going on right now.
Well, and you do have a better upside than Soul because he doesn't know nobody that should be hired, but he knows everybody that it should be fired. The man has mentioned nobody that should be hired for a job, but boy, oh boy, he prayed on McDermott out of there. He prayed on who was the last coach?
Harbaugh.
Yeah, he's praying on Harbaugh.
Jody looked at me like I was growing an extra eyeball out of my head when I told him John Harbaugh. He was like, "Well, you crazy?" Tell you, man, if the dude don't win, they're gonna fire his ass.
When you said Sean McDermott, I thought you had a high top fade when you said that's how I was looking at you like you had a slope when you said this in Sean McDermott. I said, "There's no way." I said there was no possible way that you fire Sean McDermott. And Mike, look what happened. Sean McDermott get fired. But let's talk about that while we got this up, man. Michael, the people's champ. Who will be the next team to hire a head coach? Because the most intriguing job remaining has to be the Buffalo Bills. Mike, talk to me about the Buffalo Bills job and why have they not gotten the head coach yet?
I'm not sure why they had. Well, they got rid of their coach kind of late a little bit here in the deal, so that's one. I think a guy that'd be real interesting for them to talk to, if they're not talking to him right now, would be Matt Patricia. I would love to see Matt Patricia separated from Ohio State University so we can kick their ass again, and the pathway will be much better. I love Jody crying in his beard like, why they took our defensive coordinator? And he'll get Jim Knowles back, and it'll be a happy reunion at the Ohio State University. But no, Matt Patricia has a lot of history in the NFL with great defenses, and I'm kind of surprised that his name hasn't been publicly buzzed about, as a potential hire. And I thought about it the other day, like, well, damn, why is nobody so just because nobody's talking about you publicly doesn't mean they're not talking to you privately.
Very true. Hey, what's up, Eagles Philly in the building? He said, good evening, good brothers. Keep doing your thing. Stay safe and stay blessed. Hey, you stay safe. I heard that it's supposed to be potentially, hey, Mike, 7 inches of snow in Philly. Yeah.
However much snow there is, just go out and enjoy it. Just go out and play in the snow.
It's going to be a girthy amount of snow going on in Philly, huh?
Hey, so you wrong. Yeah. Hey, Eagles Philly said, happy 20-year anniversary when Kobe Bryant dropped 81 points on the Toronto Raptors. How old was you 20 years ago? I was 27.
32.
You're 20. Huh?
32.
You're 32.
Yeah,
Mike, you
I was 32.
32. Okay. What's up, King Minx in the building? He said, what's good, my guys? And so you ready for that snow that's coming? Listen, so King Minx don't want nothing coming that's look like snow in his area.
for a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
But that snow is supposed to hit Texas. I was like, wow.
Not his part of Texas, probably northern Texas, but not southern Texas. Yeah. My kids live in the Arlington area. I think they will.
Oh, they're gonna get snow and ice.
Yeah, they get a little bit. And I remember one time they called me. A lot of snow and ice will turn off their power down there. They get a lot of power outages.
We lost power. Last time we had a snowstorm here about 4 years ago. It's maybe been 3 years ago. We lost power for like 3 days, bro. It was crazy.
I heard about that too. My daughter used to go to UT San Antonio. She was telling me about that as well.
How is it to be without power for like 3 days? I've been without power for a few hours. I think when I was younger, I might have forgot to pay the electric bill one time and was out of power overnight. I went out of town and forgot to pay the electric bill. I came back, my shit was off. I was like, damn, I was making good money.
During the day, it's not that bad during the day because you're playing cards, family talk. But at night, bro, it's all black people in my house. We couldn't see each other.
It's crazy work.
I always see his eyeballs. Yeah, it was a long night.
Y'all got wild animals out there too. Y'all might have anything happening.
it's definitely a wild night if it's cold and your electricity out. It could be a long night. But so talk to me about the Buffalo Bill head coaching job. Now I know that they just got rid of their head coach not too long ago. But a lot of times, if you talk to most females that break up with you, they already in a relationship because they already know who next. Why didn't Buffalo know who was next if they knew they was gonna get rid of Sean McDermott?
Before we talk about that, do you guys see the owner of the Buffalo Bills? This is why they don't let owners talk. He said, I went to the locker room and Josh Allen couldn't make eye contact with me. He was so broken up. He couldn't even talk, and my players were down. And all I did was tell him that was a catch, and he felt so bad. Shut the fuck up.
But he did make a good point.
He tried to throw the head coach under the bus that he just fired. But hey, you're the owner. Do the fuck you want to do. Well, they didn't want to draft that guy, Keon Coleman. That was the head coach and coaching staff. It wasn't the GM. And then they'll show the video. The GM wanted that guy. So,
but hold on.
Fuck up.
Didn't Keon Coleman catch a touchdown pass in that game?
Yeah. Okay, why even bring that guy up? What's the point of that? That makes no sense to me. I just don't get it. Why these owners run their mouth like that sometimes?
I think he would have been okay if he had just said what the point of it was. But I think we've run our course with this. We've been to the same point. We haven't been able to get over the hump. This is the same argument that I make about Dak.
He went full Jerry Jones.
A couple other players. You know, when I think a team has gone as far as they can go, doesn't mean that person's bad. Don't mean that a bad coach. Don't mean that was a bad draft pick. We've been here. This was our year to do it. No Mahomes, no Jackson. We're gonna go a different direction. That would have been cool.
But Mike, Jody, this is a conversation me and you had, Jody. Want the owners say what they want because no one's gonna check them. They signing the checks. So who the fuck gonna tell him to shut up? He's not the GM. He's not the coach. He signs everyone's checks. So and the commissioner works for him. Everyone works for the owners. So you can't tell them anything. So they can do and say whatever the fuck they want to say. They don't give it because no backlash behind none of the stuff they say. All that being said, Buffalo, I think they're going to bring in Brian Daboll, actually. Because I know he was there before as the offensive coordinator when Josh Allen really got going. And I think he's probably going to clear this with Josh Allen, see if that's what he wants. They'll probably bring in failed Giants head coach to be the Buffalo Bills head coach. That's what I think they're going to bring in.
Hey, King Ming said the owner of the Bills is just crazy and insane. Now he's talking about Jody's other son, Keon Coleman. Hey, but this is the thing, guys. This Buffalo job, I say this because most relationships and most women in and even guys, I don't put it just for women, we kind of know who next. Especially if you're the one that's parting ways with that person. You kind of know who on deck. I ain't saying you was cheating with them, but you know who the hell is on deck and who has another opportunity. I think the Bills know who was on deck. And I think the person that we haven't really talked about that need a little bit of retread. Why are we not talking about bringing Frank Wright, a former Buffalo Bill quarterback that brought him back against the Houston Oilers, that memorable playoff game? He was on those Super Bowl teams that went to multiple Super Bowls. He had a good little stint with the Indianapolis Colts as a head coach. I wonder why Frank Wright's name is not being mentioned. I think he has success in Indianapolis, and I think he'll have a lot more success with an already built Bills team that has a quarterback. They might need to make some moves on the wide receiver position, but nevertheless, they got a relatively good team that's going to be a playoff team. Mike, what do you think about that?
I like what you just said. No, I got a little distracted, to be quite honest. You brought up the girlfriends and shit, and then you got my household going crazy. Tell me what you said.
But the thing about it, Mike, they do. Most women, if I'd have had women leave me and then 3 weeks later they was somebody else, then come to find out dude been talking to her for 2 months.
Now, I will say this. In the group of people that I know, I have seen this to be true way more times than not. I mean, crazy. Where you show up at the spot, no, the body ain't even cold over there, and they show up in the spot with the cat, and I'm like, ooh.
So you saying women keep the dick in the glass and break the glass for emergency?
In case of emergency.
Hey, Mike,
Okay.
they break it even before the emergency. Because trust me, they may not have cheated with them physically, but I guarantee they cheated with them mentally. I guarantee that shit emotionally. That dude was there. That dude was like, oh, Jody did you wrong. And
Oh,
I
you know,
never do you
dudes are
like
slimy,
that.
man. Dudes are slimy, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling
I
you.
yeah. It's a whole lot of them lame ass motherfuckers out
hey,
Dudes are-
hey Mike, I never do you like Jody would do you. He out here doing whatever you want to do, man. I'll just be right here waiting for you, baby. You too fine for Jody to be doing you like that. Yeah, I see y'all. I know y'all
Yeah,
game.
they now, buddy. Now let me tell you,
oh, there's a
I've
lot
been
of brothers
through
out
this,
there like that, man.
all of that.
But go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
But what's the topic?
No, I said Frank Wright potentially going to Buffalo.
Now, Frank Wright ought to be spanked. Right? I mean, that's.
Whoa. Mike, you all right?
I had a flat two. I got all the way off track there. No, but Frank Wright would be. I mean, come on, like, who wouldn't want Frank Wright to be in Buffalo? I
Yeah.
mean, he's a Buffalo hero, legend in his own right. He was on those great Buffalo Bills teams. Um, he's been a very success. Let me say this: he's been a successful coach in his
Yeah.
own right, and I wouldn't hate that idea at all.
King Ming said, dudes are super lame when it comes to getting the cat. Man, you already know my nephew Donald
No.
in the building. He said he might not have he said he might have took the goods out the store, but yet he definitely is on layaway. And then hey, King Ming said the old Bobby Womack type dudes out here. You already know Bobby
Womack was
Womack.
a dirty
I know
motherfucker.
y'all know Bobby Womack really well.
Bro,
That was
Bobby
a dirty.
Womack wore the
He was
dead
a
man's suit to the dude's funeral after he took his old lady. That's some
bruh.
dirty.
Hey, but that's how guys are. But so talk to me, Frank Wright potentially going back to the Bills.
Oof. I don't know, Joe. I don't like it. I don't think Frank Reich's a good head coach. I know he had a little, like you said, he had a stint in Carolina also. I
Yeah.
know he started in Indy and he was the head coach in Carolina for like not even a full season. I think they got rid of him in Carolina. I don't know what he's doing now. I don't know if he's an offensive coordinator somewhere, even in football. Maybe he's doing college football right now. I don't know. But Frank Reich, I don't think that would be a good fit.
Okay, so let's switch
Hey
gears. Let's
Jody,
go over to
I
the.
just want to tell you this. Mentor was an assistant coach for the Ravens from 17 to 20.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. So going as you so, I'm gonna go back to you to go
yes,
back to
sir.
Mike. The Cleveland Brown job is still available, and a lot of coaches like Mike McDaniel took their name out the sweepstakes, as well as Jesse Mentor declined the second interview. But a coach that has emerged out of nowhere that hasn't coached in years, we talking about Mike Martz. He was an offensive architect for that Greatest Show on Turf. Said he would take the Cleveland job in a heartbeat. Do you think that Cleveland should go with him and kind of kick the tires on him, or do they go in house and go with Switz, the defensive coordinator from Cleveland?
I think Cleveland's issue. I don't know if you guys already talked about this. Is I think the ownership. I'm pretty sure these coaches looking at their job, so they wouldn't mind the job, but they do have a lot of talent. But I don't think people like the ownership that's going on with Cleveland and the way they run the organization. Same issue the Washington Redskins had back in the day. People didn't like their owner, so people were like, nah, I don't want that job because I might get fired next year, or the owner might try to sleep with my wife, or any crazy shit that was going on in DC at the time. And I think Cleveland, I think they're having an issue with ownership, and I'm pretty sure the people are probably staying away from that job for that reason. But they might stay in the house. I mean, it is a head coaching job in the league. I wouldn't turn it down if he offered to me. But I think if they have other options, these high priced coaches might go elsewhere.
Okay, Mike, what do you think about that? Because Tennessee was able to get one of the high coordinators. We thought the Tennessee job was a piss poor place to coach at, but evidently they went and got one of the hottest coordinators, Robert Saleh. So why is it Cleveland, who now Mike Marks, who hasn't coached in some time, is
Mike
saying that
Mark.
he would love to be the head coach and love to coach Shador Sanders?
If Mike Martz is over the age of 65, which I'm sure that he is, then I would not go in that direction. I just haven't seen this. There's not going to be another Dick Vermeil come out of retirement after 20 years and then go win a Super Bowl. I just don't see that happening. So if we stay away from that, now I like Mike Martz. I think he's a great offensive mind. I would love to have him as a consultant or an analyst on my team or a general manager or something like that. But I don't necessarily think I want him every day as the head coach on the sideline. That being said, Cleveland is playing with house money because they know they got Swartz. They can always default to him and just let him be the head coach and then figure out what they're going to do on offense with the coordinator and that type of thing. But again, why not Matt Patricia?
I think if you're gonna go Matt, I think you got to go Schwartz, because Schwartz was a former head coach in his own right. He's already got the pulse of the team, and he got that defense playing lights out. I think he should be the lead candidate. We should go ahead and go with Schwartz, and then he knows the players. They don't have to the culture that he can change the culture how he wants it to be. I would go Jim Schwartz and keep that defense intact if I'm over the Cleveland Brown
But
organization.
I was going to
but
ask you that, Jordan. That's your team. What do you think? You think that's what the route they should go?
Because they did. I really wanted Jesse Mentor to be the guy, and now that he's off the market, Jim Schwartz is the guy that I definitely would be happy with as a head coach. It's a couple other guys I'll be happy with. Mike McCarthy is definitely name will come up. Brian Flores went back to be the DC for the Vikings. So that's a short list of guys I want to come to Cleveland: Mike McCarthy or Jim Schwartz. And hell, if we got Mike Morris, I wouldn't be too upset. But Mike, now we're gonna stay in the division. We talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers out. Why is the Pittsburgh
Wow.
Steelers still without a head coach? Is it because of the quarterback position is uncertain?
um, now this is probably the more surprising uh, of a position that's available because usually Pittsburgh is more buttoned up. So if they make a move, they got to move already in hand, and maybe they do. They kind of got in this sweepstakes late too, so they may be taking their time to do some due diligence on some things. But unless you're hiring somebody or looking at somebody that's still working as a coordinator or somebody who's still in the playoffs, there's really no need to hesitate on pulling the trigger and getting your program rolling in the right direction. It'd be very interesting to see a Byron Leftwich with Pittsburgh. Again, I'm gonna say this name until I get a reason why I shouldn't. Matt Patricia's a defensive guy. They've got a lot to work with on that defensive side of the ball. In Pittsburgh, he's from that New England family tree of coaches under I didn't say it, Parcells, Saban,
No,
and everybody, but
Belichick.
Belichick. So running an organization, but then again, his coaches don't do that well as head coaches. So I mean, you do got that going. Like Saban, his head coaches, they all end up seemingly doing pretty well at the college level, but I can't say that about Belichick. But not sure what's going on in Pittsburgh.
So what do you think about Pittsburgh? You know that they want to look to a young coach. I don't think this is one organization I don't think needs to have already a winner. I think this is the only job that's probably remaining that can go with a guy that has never been a head coach, and I think they'd be fine. What do you think about that?
Well, Pittsburgh has always been they're old school. They're probably the most old school organization in the NFL, and they always pick defensive minded head coach for some odd reason. I think they need to think outside the box, man. Maybe try Cliff Kingsbury and try to get that offense back to what it used to be back when they had Big Ben and the Killer Bees and those guys when they were scoring all those points. Maybe they need to bring in Cliff Kingsbury as their head coach and draft a quarterback, because I don't know if they have one on the roster that's worth the damn. I know they drafted the Ohio State quarterback. I don't know if he's being good in the pros. I don't know. Maybe they should look into that and just change it up the way they do business, because what they've been doing lately has been getting them to 500 and no playoff wins. So I think they need to think outside of the box when it comes to their new head coach.
Yeah, they only had 3 head coaches in their whole existence, I believe, since 1969 or whatnot. So if we're looking for a young pedigree, this is where the NFL is going, young innovators. Why are we not talking about Joe Brady? I think Joe Brady is a guy that he deserves a head coaching opportunity. I thought it would have been with the Bengals, but I think that he can go to the rival with the Steelers, and he can go and find out. He can find a quarterback and develop. See what he did with Josh Allen development. He had Joe Burrow in college, and both of those guys were electric. Joe Burrow winning the Heisman and Josh Allen winning the MVP. So I think that Joe Brady is a guy, offensive minded guy, and then you can go get you a veteran like on a defensive side. I think you can go get Mayo to run your defense, and you can figure it out offensively. I like Joe Brady to get the job in Pittsburgh, man. I think he deserves a head coaching job, and I think that's one of the best fits for him because you would have to retool a little bit, but you wouldn't have to blow that team up, because you still got a lot of talent. You just got to fine tune a few things. So I'm gonna go back to you. This is one of the most undesirable jobs, and I haven't heard anybody except for you that wants to coach this team. We talking about the Arizona Cardinals. I think you're the only person that seemed like they want to coach the Cardinals. Why is the Cardinal job so undesirable right now?
They don't talk about Arizona's organization because it's Arizona, and I don't think they have a lot of fans. So, but the Cardinals have bad ownership as well. They've been having issues down there with their team as well, and I think that's one of the problems. And they also got to figure out, do I get the little guy at quarterback, or do I get myself a new quarterback?
Right.
I think the leadership is bad. That they don't know who they want to be head coach. I don't know if they've even had any interviews yet, Jody. I haven't heard any rumors of them. Their team hasn't come up with any interviews. They might as well just give me the fucking job, and I can bring you guys on as a part of the staff. We all make the same money, and we build that team back to, well, they've only been to one Super Bowl. Get them back to another Super Bowl in the next 3 years. We can do that if they don't fire us up within the first season.
I didn't even know Arizona even had a team for some time.
Man, I don't know, Jody. I don't know who's going to coach that team, bro. I have no idea. I know you were thinking outside of the box, thinking maybe one of the what name did you say?
Carson Palmer.
Okay, maybe Carson Palmer. I have no idea who's going to coach that squad.
Okay, Michael, the people said, man, what do you think about Arizona? We don't talk a lot about this Arizona job, but it is a professional football team that needs a head coach. Man, what do you do in Arizona, Mike?
Shit. I mean, this is so for the reasons why I can't quite understand why the Pittsburgh job hasn't been filled. I truly understand why the Arizona job hasn't been filled. Who the fuck wants to go there? Like, what direction? We talk about teams and whether they're good on offense or good on defense, or like, what are they good at? How can we? There is nothing here. This team isn't good on offense. This team isn't good on defense. This team is not good with the front office. This team is just in a nice location. That's it. Because there's nothing else about it. So if I'm a veteran coach, why would I be wanting to go there? If I'm a younger coach, why would I want to take my first chance at head coaching with, do we have a quarterback? Don't we have a quarterback? I'm taller than the quarterback. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are real things you get. Well, who's the top defensive player? I got a wide receiver. I don't know. Is he great, or is he a legacy kid that was just good in college? Like, I mean, I don't know. And there's nothing. That owner's got to come out and sell something. And what is he selling? Free tickets to go see the Diamondbacks? I don't know.
And Mike, not only that, they're in the toughest division in football too.
And that's true.
Do y'all realize the last time the Arizona Cardinals had a winning season, Cliff Kingsbury was their head coach? Absolutely. And in that playoff game that they had, y'all know Kyler Murray threw for under 100 yards in that game. So I don't know, man. I think this organization right here, the Arizona Cardinals, I believe, like I said, I wholeheartedly believe that Carson Palmer should be the head coach of this team. He will break his teeth. He would be able to his teeth will be able to come through like a baby right there teething in Arizona. I think Arizona has some missing pieces. They got a lot of hamburger with no buns. They got a lot of peanut butter with no jelly. We know they got Marvin Harrison. We know they got probably the best tight end in football in Trey McBride. They got some pieces on the offensive line. I I mean, defensively, they got Buda Baker. They
Yeah.
got Sweat had a very productive year. So I mean, you can probably package Kyler Murray and package him and send him to the Jets for maybe a third or fourth round pick, and you can go into this draft and take your chances with one of these quarterbacks that's coming out. Maybe get Ty Simpson down there or something like that. But he didn't play well on the West Coast because last time he was on the West Coast, he got his ass whooped by the Indiana Hoosiers 38-3. So with all that being said, man, I think that Arizona job is probably the least desirable. Maybe, well, they're not the least desirable because we're going to talk about the least desirable job. Solo on Sports, we got the Vegas Raider job. That's probably the most least desirable job because they have changed more head coaches than they changed draws out there in Vegas, man. What the fuck does the Vegas Raiders have to do at that head coaching position?
I think their owner, Al Davis' son, has owned the Raiders for like maybe it's less than 20 years. He's had control of the team. He's had 9 coaches in 20 years. He's fired the coaching like every other year. I don't know, Jody. You assume they're going to draft Mendoza. That's what everyone's saying. He's going to be #1 pick. So they have Mendoza, and they'll have a running back, but no offensive line or no really good wide receivers. They got a good tight end. I know you like the tight ends. They got a good tight end.
I love a tight end.
They'll have a quarterback and a running back, just no offensive line. It's very interesting. I'm gonna go Cliff Kingsbury again. He's gonna get one of these damn jobs. I'm gonna go Cliff.
Okay. King Mink said he said what team gets their new coach first? The Steelers, Cardinals, and Raiders. I think we all probably want to agree. I think the Steelers will probably get a head coaching job. It's more desirable destination. And then King Mink said the Raiders need to get a new owner. Mike, what do you think they do out there in Vegas, man? You said they gamble out in Vegas. Why don't they gamble on somebody at that coaching position?
Well, I think Sol brought up a lot of things about the younger Davis. He's not his father, that's for sure. And it looks like he's not even Jenny Bus. He's been a disappointment. This is like the Godfather handing over his operation to Fredo. It's just a bad look. If I was a coach and they were interested in me, I'd have to talk with Tom Brady seriously. Like, bro, I'm not interested in what he's fucking talking about. What the fuck are y'all really trying to do here? Because you understand me making this move and what it means to my career. Now, I'm willing to talk to you and get a feel for this to see if you really think this is on the up and up. And if he were able to convince me, then I would take the job with a purpose and with a mission. I think Kingsbury would probably be great for them if they're going to take a young quarterback because he's pretty good with developing structure for offenses and offensive quarterbacks. That's what he is. That's who he is. And I think he will give them a chance there, and then he can go out and hire a really great defensive coordinator. And he's got some experience as a head coach. So this would be actually a good job for him if they could convince him that it's a job worth taking. And I would tell Tom Brady, like, look at here. If you think that trainer was something that you had to deal with, fuck me over and get me to come here on some bullshit. And I'm going to let you know what it's really going to be.
Okay. Donald said, can Brady work with Mendoza? They already let him cheat and go out to other teams practice and get inside scoops as an analyst so he can work with his own team quarterback. Hey, can I get the camera right here on me? Let me get the camera right here. Reason why I want the camera on me, guys, is because I said Lincoln Riley from USC. But I changed why, and I changed up coaches, guys. Why not go get Cincinnati? Because only thing he can do is go down from this point unless he just win multiple championships in a row. I know he just got paid by the Indiana Hoosiers, but guess who got more money than the Indiana Hoosiers? Davis has more money. You go have them break that contract with Indiana. You get Cincinnati as your head coach. You get Mendoza as your quarterback. And you find out what the fuck they can do. And then you start drafting players from the Indiana Hoosiers. You see he knows evaluative talent. He likes his older players. So he's in the lead. I think the first order of business that he would have to do is trade Max Crosby as soon as March 1st happens. Go get multiple draft picks for Max Crosby and you start building that team the way you built Indiana, because all he can do is go down from here. If he goes and don't win the championship, they're going to say, was it a fluke when he won? Trust me, this is what the media says. They already been disrespecting. So I think go get Cignetti at the head coaching position, get Mandels as your quarterback, and get the fuck out the way.
Hey, Mike, hear me out. I think Jody's scared of the Indiana dynasty. He's trying to get that coach out of there so they don't run that conference for the next 10 years. I see you working.
Well, you know that's I don't know. So that's the side piece. You know, if Ohio State can't do it, you know he's gonna be right there for Indy. Oh, I love you, Curdy. I love you.
But this I'm being all the way serious, because I think that because I don't think Indiana, it's gonna take them some time. If they win again, that'll be a tremendous feat.
Why don't they hire Ryan Day?
Because Ryan Day ain't no good coach. I keep telling y'all that shit. Why do y'all keep acting like I'm gonna change my stance? I said we off his ass because he beat Michigan and won the championship, but we'll be right back on his ass, no Diddy, this year if he don't get it done. He got to go out and win the Big Ten this time. So you done already won the championship. You done already beat your rival. Now you got to go win at least the Big Ten if you don't win the championship. And in that manner, you have to go beat Michigan again to do that. And I believe Indiana is going to be on Ohio State schedule as well. So you're going to have to do some shit, or we're going to be right back on your ass. It ain't no different. Shit, y'all be acting like my shit going to change. Come on, man. Y'all know I stay consistent. But yeah, man, that's what we got going on in the coaching world, man. I know it's some other jobs. We know that the Giants filled their head coaching position and other coaches, but there's still some vacancies still out there. Cleveland, we talked about the Cardinals, Raiders, Pittsburgh, Buffaloes. So, you know, Miami got their head coach. I wasn't really too enthusiastic about that situation, but we're going to keep everybody posted on head coaches, because I know they're going to start coming off the board.
Yeah.
Because now when that first domino fell. But guys, let's talk about this weekend. Michael, the people said we're gonna go NFC, and your favorite quarterback, Sam Darnold. He's the favorite at home against the Rams. They beat the Rams a couple weeks ago. Talk to me about this game. What is it that Sam Darnold is going to have to do in this game for him to hold up the NFC Championship trophy?
Limit turnovers. I mean, that's going to be the primary thing. Limit the turnovers. The Rams are a good defensive team. Actually, the Rams are a very, very good defensive team. I don't know if they're great, but they're really, really good. And then they've got the veteran quarterback. So when you're going up against a really good defense and a veteran quarterback, the primary thing you need to do is execute your game plan and not turn the ball over and give them extra opportunities. If they do that, and he allows his defense to go to work and his special teams to go to work, then at home, they should be able to, for lack of a better term, pull out the victory, and pull it on out.
It's all good if you don't pull it out. Why don't you put it back in? So on Sports, what does Sam Darnold have to do to make sure that he's holding up the NFC Championship trophy, getting ready for the Super Bowl?
He's going to have to pray that his defense and special teams carry him again. I just don't see them winning this game if it comes quarterback against quarterback. I don't see him out-dueling the Rams quarterback. I just don't see that happening. So I think in order for Sam Darnold to win this football game, I think their defense and their special teams going to have to lead the way, just like they did last week.
I agree with what you guys are saying, because in 2 meetings against the Los Angeles Rams defense, he has a total of 7 turnovers, 6 interceptions, and 1 fumble loss. So Mike is correct. He has to limit his amounts of turnovers, but I think it's going to have to be a little bit more. I think he's going to have to also push the ball downfield to make it where the running game can be effective. If they just get back and think they can just hand the ball off without Chavanaugh in the lineup and only Walker is going to be available, I don't think that's going to be a formula for success, because they're going to have to be dynamic. I don't know if the play action is going to be that effective if they're not running the ball effectively. So I think he's going to have to really push the ball downfield, and it's not going to just be the Jackson Smith and Jigma. Donald said it yesterday, Cooper Kupp is going to have to be available. Them tight ends are going to have to be available, because I love some tight ends. And Bobo caught his first pass of the season in the playoffs last game. So I think that Sam Darnold is going to have to really push the ball downfield, even if it's not completed, but he has to give them the ability to know that the defense can be stretched out. Pause. So I think that's what he's going to have to do. So on sport, what does Matthew Stafford have to do to return to the Super Bowl for the second time in his career?
Don't let the crowd get involved in this football game because we know how loud that stadium could be. Keep them quiet. Have a regular football game, and I think they'll be fine. And I'm assuming Matthew Stafford can do just that. They already don't like each other because we're in the same division, so the hatred's already there. They don't have to make up shit. And I heard they said this. No, this is years and years of hate between these two teams. You even brought up the 49er Seahawk NFC Championship game when who was talking about you? Remember Richard Sherman was talking shit about my man
Michael
Michael
Crabtree.
Crabtree. So yeah, so the hate's already there between these two teams. But I think if they just keep the game close and play solid defense, I think the weakness to their team, the Rams team, is probably the secondary, Joey. I think that's probably the weakness. I don't really like the way their secondary plays, and I haven't been too impressed the way the wide receiver, what's the guy just came back from injury?
Devontae Adams.
He had one good play in that game last week. Other than that, he really hasn't done nothing since he came back from injury. I expect him to play better this week, 2 or 3 weeks removed from coming back from injury. But I think if they just keep the game close and keep the turnovers down, I think they'll be just fine.
Well, I was waiting on Mike, but I'll go ahead and get my take until he gets back. My thing is Matthew Stafford. We know we can put up yardage. The last time Seattle played the Rams, he threw for over 450 yards in that overtime loss, where they lost on a 2-point conversion. Puka Nacua, he's gonna hit him. Puka Nacua had a career game against the Seattle Seahawks a few weeks ago. I think Matthew Stafford. It's kind of crazy. I think he only has one turnover in the playoffs thus far. But I think Matthew Stafford's going to have to take what the defense gives him. I think he's a home run threat. He's always doing that no-look pass. I think Matthew Stafford is going to have to really, really not be overzealous and take those underneath passes, get the tight ends involved early and often. Parkinson, he's going to have to be – he may have to catch 6 or 7 passes in this game because they're going to double up those guys on the outside. They're going to double up Puka Nacua for sure. And Devontae Adams, they're not going to let him get out his slump. I think that the tight ends and the running backs are going to have to be the catalyst, and they're going to probably have to maybe have about 14 completions between the two skill position sets. So I think that's what Matthew Stafford is going to have to do in this game. He's going to have to take what the defense gives him. He can't force the ball to Puka Nacua as much as he should. And Puka Nacua is probably going to be the offensive player of the year. I just think that he has to take what the defense gives him and keep the chains moving. Mike, what do you think Matthew Stafford is going to have to do in this game so he can hold the trophy up and go to his second Super Bowl?
Just be Matthew Stafford. All he has to do is be himself. He's got Puka, he's got Adams, he's got running game. He's not highly turnover prone. Long as he doesn't become turnover prone and just utilize his weapons. He's got tight ends. He's got the no-name tight ends, I like to call them. There's like 3 of them, and they all run, block, and catch. So you take one out, put the other one in. You can't key on which tight end they have in the game because they're like cyborgs. There's just 3 straight robots, and you just plug and play those guys. And I think that's all they have to do, and let the defense kind of carry it away without being put in bad situations due to turnovers and short fields or extra possessions for Seattle.
Okay, well, those are some key elements. We'll keep talking about these games leading up to Sunday's matchup. But let's move over to the AFC where it's a little bit more complex with Bo Nix not playing. There has been rumors that Bo Nix would take a painkiller. Please, young fella, do not do that. Don't damage your future and I know this may be the biggest game of your life, but don't do it. Soul on Sports, man. What does Drake May, the quarterback of the New England Patriots, the new heir apparent to Tom Brady, what does he have to do where he can get to his first Super Bowl?
Well, first of all, we all know he's going to keep his turnovers down. He's been lucky his first 2 playoff games because he's been a little loose with the ball. Ball security is key, kind of like the People Champ says. What he needs to do is call Tom Brady and ask him how much he deflated those footballs. Because when the deflated football, they're easier to grip. So we all know that's how the Patriots got to one of those Super Bowls. That's when they got the ass kicked against, I want to say it was the Eagles.
Eagles, yeah.
So deflate the football. Ball security is very key for this young man because he's been having issues holding on to the football. I think that your nephew said he leads the league in fumbles at the quarterback position this year. That's not good. Eventually, that's going to bite you in the ass. And I think that could be the biggest issue for him in this game because he's been making some outstanding throws. It's just when he has the ball in his hand, they knock it out of his hand. So keep his turnovers down, and I think he'll be just fine.
Okay. Michael, the people saying, what does Drake May have to do to get to his first ever Super Bowl?
Well, I thought so was going somewhere when he said contact Tom Brady, but then he went all the way in left field about deflated footballs that Tom Brady never.
Did he do that or not, sir?
He never deflated a football. He never.
Yes,
Why
he
did
did.
he destroy the cell phone? Why did he destroy the cell phone?
He got suspended 4 games. What do you
He
mean?
destroyed the cell phone. Why did he destroy the cell phone, Mike?
This is what you're not listening.
I never do.
He did not deflate any football.
Oh,
and
my
whenever
God.
footballs had less air in them, the game officials approved for play.
He asked them to do it, sir.
So I'm gonna move beyond that.
Okay.
But
they just suspended him for 4 games for no reason.
But if he wants to call Tom Brady and ask him how to be great, how to be the GOAT, how to win a Super Bowl as a New England quarterback, then he's cooking with gas. And what Tom would tell him is follow the blueprint to your first Super Bowl victory by handing the ball off and letting that defense dominate and don't turn the fucking ball over. Get through this game, get through the next game, and hang your jersey right next to mine as far as Super Bowl winners. Or you can, I think it was Todd Rutledge or somebody of that variety who played against the Bengals in like 82. Who was the quarterback for the
Ken Anderson?
No, who was the quarterback for the Patriots in 82?
Steve Grogan or Tony Eason?
85? 85.
Grogan or Easton?
Yeah, 85 was
85.
Eason actually started quarterback in 85.
But who was the one that played against the Bengals?
That wasn't the Super Bowl. That wasn't the Super Bowl. You talking about Super Bowl?
You talking about Super Bowl or just period?
Oh, no. They played against the Bears in the Super Bowl. That's right.
Yeah, it was Tony Eason that was
Tony
quarterback.
Or you can hang your jersey next to Tony Eason and Drew Bledsoe if you want to, be a runner-up.
And you could throw Steve Grogan's his jersey and his neck roll up there. He played with a neck roll, but this is what Drake May is going to have to do, guys, for him to get to his first Super Bowl. He's got to look at the defense and see where Patrick Surtain is at and go the opposite way. I would not challenge Patrick Surtain not one time. So what I would do is consistently line Stephon Diggs up on the opposite side of Patrick Surtain. Now, they don't allow Patrick Surtain to follow Stephon Diggs, then I'm going to boutique. But I am not challenging Patrick Surtain not one fucking time in this game.
Where you going, Jody?
Huh?
You going
where
to
are you going if you're not going to
opposite? I'm going the opposite way.
Which is who? What's the guy's name?
Hey, listen, man. Sometimes I'm gonna go Travis Hunter. I'm gonna go Travis Hunter because I can play both sides of the field.
Oh wow! This is getting a little disgusting.
The guy's name is Butte.
Butte.
Is that Creole?
His name is Butte. He's ironically he was an LSU wide receiver in his Creole because there's a lot of Creoles in New Orleans, but nevertheless in Louisiana.
And
but I do
going
think
both
that
ways, as you heard.
I'm looking at where Patrick Surtain is on the field, and I got to go contrary to where he's going to be at because Patrick Surtain is that good, guys. He wasn't a defensive player of the year for no reason. Don't allow Patrick Surtain to wreck your game plan. And I think you got to go to those receivers. I think to beat this defense, their vulnerability is getting the ball down the field, which is very tough to do because they got 68 sacks on the season, and I think they're like top 3 in pressures. So I think in Denver it's going to be pretty cold, but it's not going to be that cold. Like I think it's more cold. It's colder in Foxborough, but I think that's what Drake May is going to have to do is go just check when he go back to pass. Okay, Patrick Surtain is on the left. I'm going to the right. That's what he's going to have to do to win this game.
Hey,
Now
Jody,
let's go.
the other guy, the other corner from Denver? Riley Moss is terrible.
Yeah,
He gets cooked a lot. So,
bro, I'm gonna attack. Even if he was an all pro, I'm still going after him all game. That I'm not going after Patrick Surtain. If Patrick Surtain has one play against him, I mean I'm putting him up there with the likes, and I don't like this, but I'm putting him up there with the likes of the Deion Sanders on far as not I'm not challenging Patrick Surtain. Y'all, it's gonna be somebody as an offensive coordinator. Josh McDaniels probably gonna get fired if he challenged Patrick Surtain in this game. Donald, my nephew, was in the building for the last portion of the show.
Do I get a point for I had a PTO? I get a point.
I thought
Yeah,
you were Suge Knight for a minute. I said, that's Suge Knight.
You're gonna get a half a point. But Donald, the question is, what does Drake May have to do in this game Sunday to actually go to his first Super Bowl?
What he haven't been doing, taking care of the football. Because I do think I think they're gonna cause some turnovers. I picked Denver to win, but I do think the only way Denver can win is to cause some turnovers. I don't think they're gonna open up the offense too much with the backup quarterback in there. So I do think if he take care of the football, the Patriots will win. But I don't think that'll happen. So I'm gonna pick them.
So let's go back around the horn. So Soul on Sports, what does his first start of the season quarterback for the Denver Broncos, Jared Stidham? He has played in four games his whole career. What does he have to do to be the new Jeff Hostetler of the NFL and lead his team to the Super Bowl?
Well, he's playing with house money. No one expected him to be playing, and the teams don't have a lot of film on the guy. I mean, it's not like he's playing like, unless you want to look at the film of him taking the ball and kneeling it. It looks like he puts his knee down. Yeah, they don't have no film on the guy, so he had that in his favor. And I don't like Sean Payton, but he's a hell of a fucking coach. I think he's a backstabber, but when it comes to coaching football, he's really good at that. And I think he's going to draw up a game plan to keep this quarterback safe, not make and he's probably going to tell the defense, hey, we might need a little bit more out of you guys to help out this young quarterback. Well, he's not really young, just had a lot of playing. But I think they'll be just fine. I mean, we're talking about one home game they have to win. They're not playing Tom Brady's cheating ass Patriots. They're playing these new Patriots, which I don't think they cheat. I mean, Tom Brady cheated and his wife cheated. Imagine that. I mean,
man, we not about that.
Imagine that. Okay, what was I saying? I think they'll be fine. I think the Broncos will win this football game. I like their defense. They're going to create some turnovers against Drake May, and I got them winning the football game. I think they'll be just fine with that quarterback.
Okay. Michael, the people sent, what does Jared Stidham have to do to raise the AFC trophy and go to a first Super Bowl and be the Nick Foles of the Denver Broncos?
Nick Foles.
He'll have to walk on water, turn water into wine, and get Forrest Whitaker up here to quit hating on Tom Brady.
Forrest Whitaker.
Yo, that's crazy work, come on, man. Forrest. You know what's a dude that look just like Forrest Whitaker? I think they brothers and shit.
It's the glasses. But but basically, I don't see anything that Jared Stidham can do to win this game. I don't have them winning this game. I have the Patriots winning this game. I don't think that. I think it's a rarity that a guy is able to step in one game and take a team to the Super Bowl. We've seen it more times than not work out than actually work out. So if you play the averages and the odds, then you'll go with that. There's not enough Carmax in all of Denver for the head coach and his constant Sean Payton's constant Carmaxing.
Oh, Carmax.
Yeah.
Oh, you said Carmax.
Carmax. You're talking about the lip.
I know. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't think it's enough of it in Denver for him to grease his way into.
It's a home game, though, Mike. They just got to win one home game. If they were playing in New England, I'm with you, but they're playing in Denver.
And I get it. And yesterday, I gave them a 10% chance to win, and I haven't changed that. I mean, it's a puncher's chance. Like, anything could happen, you know.
They're still the one seed. They are the one seed in the conference. You don't have a
But they don't have they trigger man.
Bo Nix is not John Elway. It's not like he's that guy.
But he's not, and neither is Jared Stidham.
You got a point on that one.
We're gonna find out.
Donald, what does Jerry Stidham have to do to raise the AFC Championship trophy and go to the Super Bowl and be the new Jeff Hostetler or Nick Foles or Frank Wright at the NFL?
Now, what he has to do to win the game, I think, is just play solid. He don't lose the game, because I honestly think they're going to win the game on defense. But if I was him, I would go out there and try to be a hero. Worst we can do is the worst we can do who he gonna bitch me for? The worst we can do is lose the game, and I'm auditioning for a new contract.
No, Donald,
you got to. That's okay, but you know what happened? Bo Nix will come back. Bo Nix will come back next year. In the league, they don't mind cutting you. So is that selfish? Sometimes you got to do it. But I would try to go win the game if I was him. I wouldn't try to play bad, but I would try something because I'm auditioning for the next contract of my life.
This nigga said he gonna go out there and be Willie Beeman. He gonna go out there like fuck them plays.
Hey, so this dude gonna be like 10 of 35 with 3 interceptions, 2 ran back.
He gonna say, fuck them run calls. Everybody go deep. Let's go, baby.
I mean, if you play bad, y'all lose, you're gonna be cut. You probably gonna be cutting it. You might not be on the roster next year anyway. You got to try to audition for a contract. You got to think if he go out there and play real good, it's teams that are giving a 3-4 year deal and 30-40 million.
Hey, listen, man. Why did King Ming said Donald thinks this is a Tubi movie with Denver? Okay. Now this is where I'm gonna go contrary to my man Michael the People's Champ. He said it's a puncher's chance. I remember back in, I believe it was 1998 or 99, and a guy that was drafted in the 6th round, his name was Tom Brady. And it was the starting quarterback name was Drew Bledsoe. And Drew Bledsoe was playing against the New York Jets. And he, instead of getting his unathletic ass out of bounds, he decides to take on Mo Lewis, and Mo Lewis rocked his ass out of bounds, puncturing his lung or something like that. And then this young, frail quarterback named Tom Brady that couldn't even start at Michigan, that was splitting time with Greasy at the quarterback position, comes into the game. And nobody knew who Tom Brady was. And this guy goes on to have a fabulous rookie campaign, or it was second year, I believe, second year or whatnot. And then eventually goes to Super Bowl, and the rest is history. This is what the young Jerry Stidham has the opportunity to do. Bo Nix breaks his ankle or bone in his ankle, and now Jerry Stidham can rewrite history and become the new Tom Brady of the NFL. Or he can also be Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner got into the lineup because Trent Green got his hurt leg rolled up on by another Patriot, Rodney Harrison. Jerry Stidham, for him to raise the trophy in the AFC Championship game and go to a Super Bowl, he just don't have to be Bo Nix. Just be Jerry Stidham. You're an NFL quarterback. Take what the defense gives you. Lean on the running game. And like my nephew said yesterday, if the drive ends in a kick, you did your job, whether it be a punt, field goal, or an extra point. Jerry Stidham has enough to win this game. I don't think he's going to throw for over 200 yards. I think he's going to be right at about 160 yards. Go throw, be for like 15 for 24, 168 yards. Just make sure you got 0 turnovers.
Hey, Jody, I had a question for you. How many games did Tom Brady get to play before the playoffs that year?
He played the whole season.
Okay, how many games did Kurt Warner get to play?
He played the whole season.
And so you want this guy.
Hostetler only played 3 games.
So,
Nick Foles only played 3 games.
How about this? I grant you that. They got 2 more games. They got 1 more game before they got to this game. They at least got a game in to kind of get under center, figure things out, get their cadence down, get a bearing for what it's like to play 4 quarters in a playoff game before you ask them to win the conference championship game. That's what you're telling me.
But but listen, this is what's
no.
Hold on. Jeff Hostetler had to play in Candlestick Park, and he still came away with a victory.
Okay, but what I want to go back. This wasn't their first game starting wasn't the AFC NFC championship. It was a playoff game.
That's correct.
And so therefore, this man is being asked to. He didn't even take a snap in the last game.
Let me ask you this, Mike.
What's your point?
Yeah, let me ask you
That
this. Let me ask you this, Mike. Since you asked me, I'm gonna ask you a question. How many snaps did Frank Wright have before he went in there and beat the Houston Oilers? How many snaps did he have?
I have no idea.
0. That was his first game of the year because Jim Kelly got hurt the week before. And he
Okay.
went in there and he had the most memorable comeback. People forget it wasn't Jim Kelly that brought them back. It was Frank Wright that brought them back.
And this is what and I like this. I love this kind of stuff because if I take NFL history and take the number of backup quarterbacks that got their team to a Super Bowl with 3 or less starts, that number is going to be magnificently slim.
Mike, but you got to think about the amount of starts that the quarterback from the New England Patriots. It's not like he's this seasoned veteran that's been leading his team to all these playoff runs. He just got in the playoffs and has not played well.
But how about this?
That's all I'm saying, Mike. I'm not saying
everything that he is not, Stidham is not. And Stidham couldn't beat him out. Was to tell you something.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about the quarterback from the Patriots.
Yeah, it ain't like he been. Yeah, he ain't like he been there.
He ain't done shit. He just got in the playoffs.
And this is my thing about the Patriots. Like I said, I think Denver gonna win the game on defense. I don't think Stidham is gonna actually win the game. I just feel like he just can't lose it. Because even the Patriots 2 wins in the playoffs, I don't think Drake May played good enough to win the game. They just the other quarterbacks just had no place being there. You see, was Justin Herbert and C.J. Stroud, 2 guys who played awful.
But so you think the Patriots defense is just going to let Jarrett Stidham come out, and because he also is playing. Now, you may say that Drake May played well, but you think that the Patriots defense is going to lose to Jarrett Stidham?
Hold on, Mike, I got a question for you. Who was a better coach? Let's be real. Ryan, what's my guy, D'Amico Ryans or Sean Payton?
D'Amico Ryans or Sean Payton?
Yeah, who's a better coach?
I'd probably say Sean Payton.
You don't think Sean Payton is not going to put his quarterback in harm's way the way that D'Amico Ryans, once C.J. Stroud threw his second interception, they should have ran the ball multiple times. He should have never. He let C.J. Stroud throw the ball like he was having a good game.
It should have benched him at halftime. If you ask me.
No, I wouldn't have benched him. I would have took the air off the ball.
If Stidham had been playing quarterback last week, they would have lost last week.
You saying if Stidham was playing against the Bills?
If Stidham was playing against the Bills, they would have lost last week.
Because the Bills got Josh Allen, Mike. the Patriots don't have Josh Allen on their roster.
Wait a minute. Who's up for league MVP this year?
Josh Allen.
That's a regular season award, sir.
Josh Allen's up for he's the finalist.
Is Drake May not
regular season award?
Is Drake May not up for MVP?
Look at Drake May
is, but Josh Allen is too.
Josh Allen was probably the best player in the league this year.
No, Matthew Stafford was the best player. But
man scored 6 touchdowns on us.
Donald, am I right or wrong? The finalist is, I'm going to tell you another guy that's on your list and Soul won't like it. Trevor Lawrence is the finalist. Trevor Lawrence, CMC, Matthew Stafford, Drake May, and Josh Allen. Those are your 5 finalists for the MVP.
So you're telling me that a finalist for the MVP is not a better bet than a guy who couldn't even start one game all year for a guy that you're saying isn't, because you're saying that Bo Nix is somewhat, you're saying Bo Nix is not that good?
No, I never said that. I never said that.
I'm not saying that. I just like Denver's defense and they're playing at home. And I think that matters a lot. Not saying New Orleans defense isn't good, because they are. They've been playing phenomenal. But I just feel like I don't think Drake May is as seasoned to go in Denver and play that well against that defense, is all I'm going to say. And I honestly don't think neither one of the offense are going to be spectacular. I think the game might be 14-10 or 17-13, or I don't think it's going to be a lot of offense in the game, period. I just think Denver going to find a way to get it done at home.
I just don't think Sean May is going to put his quarterback in harm's way. I think if he had Bo Nix, I think he will let Bo Nix be in more advantageous situations. But what he's going to do with Jarrett Stidham is he's going to make him move the chains and punt the ball. I don't think he's gonna put him in. If it's 3rd and 7, you might see a draw, or you might see a screen. You're not gonna see him drop back unless the game is out of reach. And if it's 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, they get behind the sticks. Jared Stidham is not gonna be pushing the ball downfield. I just don't see that unless he get hot.
When you're on a date and you got that girl and it's early on and making out is fine, but once you get lubed up, it's either you got to show and prove or she's got to find somebody else. And so yeah, he can keep it close while the clothes is on, but once the game gets lubed up and she start opening up and she cock them legs open, you got to either be able to deliver or you got to be able to get up out of there. And I'm telling you right now, you can play it close all you want to. But when the game loosens up, buddy, as it will, because New England's either gonna score a touchdown, go up.
What has Drake May done in winning time in the playoffs?
Then you're gonna have to see. Okay, now it's time to show and prove. Can you stand and deliver?
Hold on. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Is Jared Stidham a professional quarterback in the NFL?
He damn right he is.
Okay, I'll just check him. Because maybe Mike knows something I don't know. He think they went and got him from the CFL or some shit like that.
I got a question for you. How many games has he started in the NFL?
4.
How many games has Drake May started in the NFL?
Now he played a whole season. 17 he played, so about 28. He got about 27, 28 to 30 starts in his career. Yeah.
Okay, so he's got 7 times more experience than this guy. And you don't think that matters for nothing?
Nah.
Okay.
I think experience is overrated, and yesterday's home runs don't win today's games.
Well, I mean, you think Grant Hill's the greatest college player of all time? So what?
No. Listen, Mike. You have to stop. You have to stop coming on here saying things that are not factual information.
No, 4 times 7 is 28. Now you went to Chalkwood.
I never said Grant Hill. I've never believed that Grant Hill's the greatest college player of all. You just made that up.
Christian Laettner, maybe.
I would say Christian Laettner or Jay Williams over Grant Hill.
Yeah.
I
would go Christian Laettner.
But I don't think nobody from Duke. I don't think nobody from Duke. But you know,
I go Christian Laettner. Who won more than that motherfucker? If we talking about modern basketball, now of course Bill Walton and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I mean, you can't just pick and choose. You have to say who's the best. Kareem is the best college basketball player.
I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him. The best.
I didn't ask you to see him. We talk about a lot of shit that ain't been seen. I got one group of people on this show who, through their lifetime, even though Miami lost the other day, they still seen Miami win more championships than they've seen their team ever win. But they still talk to me about 1968, 1924, 1935, all of that. So
Kareem's actually
choose when you're gonna do that.
No, Kareem's actually the greatest basketball player overall of all time. Honest, actually.
But it's funny.
Actually,
Donald, it's funny Mike said that. But still, to this day, the Miami Hurricanes have yet to win the ACC. So I really ain't got.
Okay, so but still to this day, they beat Ohio State.
We beat y'all for the championship. We beat y'all
last several weeks. So we kept you from a championship.
Well, it's cool. Y'all didn't get it.
Can I get a moment of silence?
Go ahead, give me a moment of silence. Is neither did you. You were the defending champ. You were all this. You were all that. You're at home for 2 weeks. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give this a moment. This is a moment of silence, right? I'm gonna tell you this about college basketball. I'm an analyst before I'm a fan and all, right. The best college basketball player I feel like in my time watching college basketball, probably Tyler Hansbrough.
Wow.
Nah, because he didn't. I don't think Tyler Hansbrough won shit. Did he? He did.
Yeah. Hey man, let's just continue the show. Man.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna pick Christian Laettner.
This guy doesn't have a clue. He doesn't have a clue.
I'm gonna pick Christian Laettner over fucking Tyler Hansbrough all fucking day long.
I don't like do that all you like.
Why if we gonna go there? Why not just say Joakim Noah?
He saw.
Tyler, I've seen Tyler Hansbrough be better than Joakim. Tyler Hansbrough was that on the college level. I hated him. Like, Tyler Hansbrough was the best I've seen on the college career.
This is the best thing you've ever said.
No,
that's because he played for North Carolina. I'm like,
because he's actually right. If you listen to what he just said, he's talking about who he saw.
And
And that would
the
make
best
sense
college
for
football
who he saw.
and to me, the best college football player I seen was Tim Tebow.
Well,
the best.
hey, look, you won't get a lot of of what you've seen. You won't get a lot of argument about me. And I have talked about this man winning this playoff game, and I get shitted on for making the fact that that man has as many wins as a lot of people do in the playoffs in a very abbreviated career.
Who shit on you about? Because I always said I like Tim Tebow with winning that game. What are you talking about? Who did it? Who did it? No, who? You better. Who did it? Who shit on you about that? I want to know because it wasn't me. It sure enough wasn't me. But my best. Let's go around the horn before we go to the NBA and close the show out. The best college football player I probably ever seen was Reggie Bush. That motherfucker was something special. So who was yours?
He was cold.
Cedric Benson.
Benson over Ricky Williams?
I'll go Cedric Benson. No, I'm sorry, Adrian Peterson. I'm gonna go Adrian Peterson.
Okay, Mike, who you think?
The best college player I've ever seen. I like Peter Warwick a whole lot.
He was really good.
That's a good one. Donald, who you say?
I like Tim Tebow, but my one season honorable mention, I never seen a dog like this. May be biased. Maurice Claret, the man went and took the ball back from a man.
Hold on, can I recant my answer?
Yeah, you sure can.
Fucking Barry Sanders. What the fuck is it I'm talking about? God, Barry. No, I'm going Barry. My fault. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Barry Sanders. Now Reggie was probably second best, but Barry Sanders was the best I ever seen. Hey, why did Jay Kane say Ricky Williams, but he said Mal Simon had a better college career than Tyler Hansbrough?
That's a guy from Arizona, right?
Yeah, that's arguable.
That's all right. We got to go look that up.
Miles Simon was never a 3-time first team All-American. I know that.
He won the championship.
Tyler Hansbrough won the championship.
He won. Okay, he been to the Final Four twice.
So Tyler Hansbrough went to the Final Four. Let's see. They lost it. No, they went twice because they lost to Kansas in the Final Four, and then they won the national championship the next year. They lost to Georgetown in the regional final against Hibbert and the other kid that was there. So that was the 3 years there. That was his sophomore, junior, and senior year. His freshman year, he came in and took North Carolina to the Sweet 16, not the Sweet 16, but the 32. They lost in Dayton because I was at that game to the Wonder team that went to the Final Four to be North Carolina, Michigan State. And it was Larry Naga coached that team. I can't remember what smallest, George Mason. Remember that year George Mason went to the Final Four?
Yeah. They played
Tyler Hansbrough was a freshman All-American that year. He was All-American all 4 years.
Telling you, he was like that.
He's not better than Christian Laettner. I mean, I get it.
We tried to take you.
You're talking about what you seen, Jody. Donald's talking about what he started this by saying what I've seen.
Right, and I'm not art, but I've seen. I'm older. Yeah, and I've seen Christian Laettner be a motherfucking monster. Now let's get to the NBA real quick before we get you guys out here. So the NBA game of the night. Don't look at your phones. We don't know what the scores are. We're gonna pick these games. The game of the night right now. We got the Rockets at 26-15 against the 76ers 23-19. So on sports, who you got in this matchup?
I like the way the Sixers are playing. The Rockets still working on the chemistry. They really don't have a point guard. I'm going Sixers.
Okay, Mike, who you got in this matchup?
I hate this because I already know who's winning this game, so it's hard to.
Well, go ahead.
You see what I'm saying?
Look like a genius.
I would have picked the Rockets at the beginning of the game.
Okay, Donald.
I'm rolling with the Eastern Conference champions. To be the Philadelphia 76ers.
Okay, I'm even though I don't know what the score is, I'm going with the Rockets because even if they lose it, unless the game is already over, I think the Rockets will win this game. So let's go to the next game. Michael, the People Center, the Battle of LA, the Lakers versus the Clippers. Who you got?
Good Lord. I'm going with the Clippers. Fuck it.
Okay, Donald.
Clippers.
So,
Laker girls.
I'm gonna go Clippers and bold statement. Not only will the Clippers make the playoffs, but they will get all the way to the 6th seed before it's all said and done for the season over.
They got a lot of work to do.
They 10th seed right now. They're playing a lot better. Remember, everybody was writing them off, talking about trade everybody off their team.
They got to give his credit. Kawhi start balling. And James.
Don't start
James
bragging on
Harden.
Kawhi Leonard. Don't do that, bro.
He's been balling.
No, I'm saying he'll get hurt tomorrow.
All
That's
I'm
cool.
saying
That's
is,
cool. He's been
y'all
balling.
heard it here on Against the Grain Sports. The Clippers will be the 6th seed in the playoffs in the Western Conference. Next one, Donald, who you got? The Miami Heat or the Trailblazers?
Blazers.
So,
Trailblazers.
Mike.
Let's make it a threesome.
Yeah.
Let's blaze.
It ain't I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm going with the Heat on the road. I think they find a way to win this game. Trailblazers been playing better of late, but they're not gonna win this game. Solo Sports, who you got between the Bulls and the T-Wolves?
Oh, I gotta go Ant-Man. I'm going T-Wolves.
Okay, Mike, who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. This is when Camp Man plays like Ant-Man. They're playing the Bulls. He'll score 45 points tonight.
Donald, who you got?
Anybody playing against us. And I like the Timberwolves at home, though. I like Timberwolves.
Yeah, I like the Timberwolves to win this one as well. Michael, the People's Champ, we got the Spurs and the Jazz. Who you like?
I like the Spurs all day, every day.
Okay. Chris Vick said he going with the Bulls. Donald, J. Kane and Chef said he going with the Heat. Donald, who you got in this game?
I got the Spurs all day.
Okay. So who you got?
I'm going Jazz with the upset, man. The Spurs are a really good team, but they got to start closing these teams out better than what they've been doing of late. I'm going to go Jazz for the upset.
Okay. Chris Vick said he going Spurs. My man Ronnie in the building said he going T-Wolves. I'm going with the Spurs because the Jazz, they going to give up 140 points. And I know the Spurs, Champizzi been balling. You know, I believe that they go ahead and they score a whole hell of a lot of points, and I think the Spurs win this game, no doubt. Soul on Sports again, the Hornets or the Magic? I think they already playing, but who you got?
I'm going Magic. That ball brother for the Hornets had 2 points the other night. 2 fucking points. I'm going Orlando Magic.
You think they need the other ball?
They missing the ball the other day. They couldn't make shit. They need a pair.
Hey, Mike, they better make a trade with Cleveland and bring so they can have a set of balls and then go get Grady Dick and they'll just have a whole smorgasbord. Mike, who you got in this game, the Hornets or the Magic?
I take the Magic.
Okay. Donald, who you got?
I don't like the Magic at all. I don't like the Magic. I feel like Banchero plays like he's long time ago and he doesn't move the ball. And if you play ISO ball and you don't have no shooters around like that to move the ball, you can't really win in the NBA. That's not basketball nowadays. So I like but the Hornets is bad. So I'm gonna take the Magic to win tonight, but I don't like the Magic team at all.
I'm gonna take the Magic in this game. I think the Hornets is just they blow their team up every year to get the same team that they had the year before. So I don't know. Jay Kane said the Bulls are 48. The T-Wolves got 55, and he said that the Hornets are actually up 102 to 79 in the fourth quarter over the Magic. I don't want to see the scores because this is going to air later. I don't want to know.
Banchero, man, I don't know what year he think this is. That's not basketball.
That kid's really good. What do you mean, Don? I'm confused.
He's good himself. But he holds on to the ball. He's a ball stopper. The ball doesn't move enough, and nobody else is moving when he has the ball. You can't win as a team like that.
So once again, I've seen this 100 times before. They take these guys from that school. They swear to God, and then this is what you get. Unless you got Batman to carry you, then he's
good.
It's crazy work, man. My man Ronnie, appreciate you, big dog, man. Let's go ahead and keep it moving. Donald, Nuggets or Wizards?
Wow.
Nuggets, man. The Wizards bad.
So who you got?
Nuggets.
Michael, the people, who you
got? Nuggets.
Hey, this is funny. Remember I told y'all the Wizards is going to make a run? I still believe the Wizards will get into at least the playing game.
Jody, if they flip that record, they'd be kicking ass. They 32 and 10.
Listen what I'm saying. I believe when Trae Young gets back in uniform, they're going to make a run, and they're going to play. They're going to be the 10th seed, and they're going to get into the playing game. Y'all heard me say it.
I'm going to put my prediction out there now. The Nuggets up there. I believe that the Nuggets and the Sixers are going to play in the NBA finals.
Okay.
Wow.
But this game right here, I got the Nuggets.
That good player not gonna start today.
Nah, Trey Young ain't gonna come back to later.
Wizards gonna make the playoffs, but they ain't gonna win today. I like that. I like that.
They don't have Trey.
Hey, they better
Trey
start
Young will be in uniform very
They better
soon.
start sometime soon to win.
Yeah, how much longer you think they got to wait to turn it on, Jody?
First of all, it's gonna be like 4 teams that's gonna make it the Eastern Conference with losing records. So it ain't like it's people at the bottom that's running away with shit. So
yeah, they gonna have to go undefeated here in a minute.
Chris Vick said the Nuggets are like McDonald's Nuggets. Jay Kane said Benchiro is not aggressive enough to be the man. We'll see. And then last but not least, Solo Sports, we got the injury riddle Golden State Warriors against your Mavericks.
Oh, the Mavericks are injury prone too as well. Don't forget we have Anthony Bubble Wrap Davis on our team. Yeah, I'm gonna go Mavs to beat the Warriors.
I thought he retired. I thought Anthony Davis retired already.
Might as well. They can retire every year. 20 game a season playing motherfucker.
Michael, the people saying who you got between the Warriors and Mavs?
I'm quite sure you already know who I have.
Who? Mavericks?
I'm going with Golden State. Any team whose best player comes from one particular school, I will pick them to lose more times than I will pick them to win.
That's a bad bet, Mike.
But you know what's crazy?
No, that bet is fantastic. The higher the stakes are.
You know what's crazy? If you had to play, if you did the same thing with like Carolina, you wouldn't pick no games. It's not a Carolina. It's not a Carolina player that's the best player on no team in the league.
Can I ask you one question, Donald?
I'm asking you.
Go ahead.
Can I ask you one question?
There isn't a Carolina player who's the best player on no team in the league.
Can I ask one question? I simply would like to ask one question.
God
they haven't had an all-star since Vince Carter.
I'd like to ask a question here.
Go ahead. I'm answering.
If I could, I would say that Danny Green is probably the 300th best player from North Carolina.
All right.
Does Duke have any player that has as many rings as Danny Green?
Danny Green's a role player, dog.
Danny Green is the top 5 player on his team.
I was talking to Donald. I want him to stand on business.
No. Okay, no.
Okay.
No, let me ask you that. Let me ask you this. What does it mean?
No, it just your players, they just, where's Okafor these days? What happens to these guys that's supposed to be these guys, but they never lead to rings? Are mid-tier guys. But Harrison Barnes got as many rings as Kyrie.
It's easy when you're a role player, Mike. Like if you're not even front of the bus.
Jody.
These dudes are back there with the luggage.
I'm asking.
Let me go back to this.
Okay,
how many final MVPs does Duke have throughout all the annals of basketball?
I don't think they have any.
They probably don't have any.
I'm not even going to include Jordan because the answer is none. I'm going to just go with Worthy by himself. He was finals MVP.
So let me ask you this.
Tatum wasn't even finals MVP, and he's supposed to be.
Do you answer?
Don't work out for them guys. That's all I'm saying.
Do you answer any questions? Because I asked you a question already. You didn't answer.
He's a politician.
Okay. So let me ask you this: what does it? Somebody has more rings. What does it mean? Does that mean you're just better than somebody?
That means that they're a better winner. They're cut from a better cloth at winning than your guys. So if I'm a role player, I'm an elite role player.
Oh.
If I'm a star player, I'm a star player. I don't even Duke is. I've told you this before. We are the Big Mac. You are the Big Mick, and it goes all the way down.
Niggas say y'all McDowell.
Nothing better about Duke than North Carolina in any way you play it, whether it's a role players. I go Scott Williams. He's got multiple rings. Brendan Haywood has rings, so you know that. I mean, dudes that go to Carolina are either great role players, great team players. Kenny Smith's got 2 rings, and Pete Chilka has a ring, for Christ's sake.
I can get a ring. Listen, you can take any of them guys out
Elton
and
Brand
put
has no rings.
you can put any. You can take any
Danny
of them
Ferry
guys.
has no rings.
You take any of them guys out and you put me in there. We gonna win a ring.
Didn't Danny Ferry win the ring with the Spurs?
Yeah. No.
No, they won after he left. That's what I'm saying. You have to understand. Outside of Kyrie, who played with the second best player, maybe the third best player of all time, he was able to get one. But outside of and Tatum, he played with a lead dog that got him the ring. And outside of that, it don't happen, bro. I'm sorry, it's not my fault.
Let me show you how Mike doesn't. He has no like actual logic to the things he says. He just got. Sorry. Listen. So the thing is, you got to put his own hate against each other. This the same man that said Kyrie Irving should be the Finals MVP.
He didn't say that.
It's no logic to it. He'll say anything against. He'll go any. What time you bought a beer?
You are correct.
What time you bought a beer?
You are correct that I said that Kyrie should have been MVP, but the voters didn't agree with that sentiment, and they never do when it comes to Duke players in the NBA. That's all I'm saying. If you could just agree to that, because the facts say that, we could be on to the next topic.
And it's all I want. Okay, and I'm gonna finish because we got to finish out with it. When's the last time a Carolina player won a championship?
Okay, this is
Harrison Barnes.
Harrison Barnes. Danny Green. Probably Danny Green.
Okay. So say no more.
I'm gonna put it like this.
A Duke player won a championship more recently than him. So
I'm gonna put it like this. This is the crazy work right here. It's easy when you getting drafted 30th. You're normally going to a good team.
Hey, but you can get cut by that team as well.
Jody, stop giving him so much credit. He's talking about Danny Green. What do you mean getting drafted?
So let me ask you this.
What do you mean getting drafted? The boy didn't get drafted. What do you mean getting drafted?
Jody, was Harrison Barnes drafted 30th?
No, he was drafted 10th.
Okay.
But he got drafted in 2009.
It doesn't matter
like
where we get drafted. I've already established, we can't even put our best player in the conversation, or there is no conversation. So I always go around that type of thing. I try to stay away from it, but to make it fair, right?
You got him on the 80s, without a doubt, maybe even the 90s.
No, I've got him until right up until now. Harrison Barnes has as many rings as Kyrie, and let's see.
What does it mean?
But that
Let me ask you, what does a champion? A championship cannot mean as much. This is what I hate. You guys, you can't use winning when it's beneficial for you.
Harrison Barnes in the starting lineup when he played for Gold?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. Harrison,
option.
No, I'm gonna tell you this.
He was the starter, Joe.
No, hold on. I'm gonna tell you this.
One of the things that got Mark Jackson fired was not starting Harrison Barnes.
Okay, let me find these interviews. Listen, let me find out this interview, right? You know what Tyronn Lue said? The reason why they came back from 3-1? It was we knew we didn't have to guard Harrison Barnes, and he missed 21 out of 22 wide open shots.
But this also too, I'm gonna say
Harrison Barnes did that.
This is the thing, Mike, and I'm not discrediting. I'm just getting here being the gasoline on this fire. But my thing is, Harrison Barnes is probably the highest drafted player y'all done had in 20 years.
Never made an All-Star team.
Never made an All-Star team. And then you got to think about this too. You got guys right now. Who is the top 5 North Carolina players in the league right now?
I would probably say Kobe White.
Okay, he's good. He's good.
Cole Anthony.
Ew.
Obviously, Harrison Barnes. If you talk about the highest drafted player in the NBA,
who are the
right about now? Cam Johnson, and
they regret they gave up Michael Porter for him.
I have to think of who would be the 5th. I'd have to think about it for a minute.
Okay, Donald, who is the top 5 Duke players in the league right now?
Jason Tatum.
Absolutely.
Kyrie Irving. Cooper Flag.
RJ
Barrett. RJ Barrett. We got RJ Barrett. We got
Zion.
Oh yeah, we got RJ Barrett, Zion, Brandon Ingram. We can go down the list.
I'm totally, but the thing about y'all don't understand is that I'm totally good with that. My sentiment was this: Duke players don't lead to winning at the highest level. And most of the time, if you build your team around a Duke guy, it's going to end in either injury or severe disappointment, which is continuously what happens.
So let me ask you this: what happens when since you got Mike? I'm never going to disagree. Mike is Mike, right? Mm-hmm. If you build your team around a Carolina guy, when have they ever won?
Well, I'm so glad that you asked that.
Because I need to know when has a team built around a Carolina guy ever won besides Mike?
Well, I would say that the Lakers won.
Don't do that.
Shut up. The Lakers are born around Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Whoa. You don't get the nickname Big Game James if you're not big. Hold on. Can I even finish before y'all start? Because I don't think that y'all really understand that those guys, Kareem and Magic, were in the league a few years before Worthy ever got there. And Worthy was not the number 2 pick. He wasn't the number 8 pick. He was the number 1 pick of the 82 draft, went to the Lakers. And then when the Lakers were on the back end of those championships, Worthy was their leading scorer. Y'all probably didn't know that, which is why
Magic is the point guard. Which
is why he was the Finals MVP, because he led them in scoring, and that team he dominated the series by himself. So that's one.
So Magic didn't average double-figure assists.
But can you answer the question? Can you answer the question that I asked you?
I just gave you.
No, you didn't. You said what you wanted to say. The Lakers were not built around James Worthy. They were built around Magic Johnson.
The team. At the time James Worthy was the Finals MVP, the team was built around him.
Now I'm gonna say this. They tried to build around Vince Carter. They tried to build around Antoine Jameson. Tyler Hansbrough played for 2 years. But I got a question for Soul.
Yes, sir.
Who was your top 5 players from Texas?
Lord have mercy.
Hey, can we show that list of 3?
Boobie Johnson.
They got KD. They got DJ Augustine. They got PJ Tucker.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
PJ Tucker.
TJ Ford.
PJ Ford. PJ Tucker. TJ Ford.
Ford was nice.
Ford was nice. Huh?
I can't think of 5.
I didn't want to leave you out. So I didn't want to.
Kevin Durant does have 2 NBA championships.
And 2 Finals MVPs.
So my top 5 from Ohio State Buckeyes: Michael Redd. We got Jimmy Jackson.
You better not say Greg Ostertag.
Hey, we got Greg Oden. We got Mike Conley Jr. We got Daquan Cook. We got Mark Baker. Those are some hometown
better go
heroes.
with Dennis Hobson and
we got Lucas. Sellers. We got Jerry Lucas from Middletown that went to the NBA. So I mean, my Buckeyes we got Chris Gent, we got Treg Lee and Perry Carter. Yeah, we got Scooney Penn.
I will tell you this: your NBA basketball history is richer than Duke's, because y'all got more championships from your players with less players than Duke has, with all of the plethora of players, all of their greatness now, all of these teams that are built around the Duke player.
Now, if you go back to Mike, I'm never going to debate that. But since Mike, we have more championships.
I could go past that.
I'm saying, listen,
go to McAdoo.
Since the year 2000, because post Mike, we have more championships than y'all.
Also, another hometown hero for Ohio State, Jamie Skelton. I got to throw Jamie Skelton. Meadowdale High School's great. Jamie Skelton.
Hey, you know who got as many championships as Danny Green?
Soul's trying to get up out of here. We have to continue this another time.
We lost Donald. But yeah, let's go ahead. We had a great show. I didn't want to leave Soul up there. He's like the guy that already came quick in the 3.
Hey, I'm back. I'm trying to get motivated again. Shirley said, I'm back to my Yankees hat on.
Hey, Michael, the people said, give me your final thought as we get out of here. That's crazy work right there.
My final thought has to do with the college transfer portal. They got to clean this thing up, man. They're going to have to clean this thing up. We've got first the window was closed, and now today his dudes that somehow are entered in the transfer portal that it was supposed to be closed last week, right? And then now dudes are entering, and you got dudes entering the portal, then going back to the school saying, no, never mind, I changed my mind. Like, you got lawsuits being filed by the schools and the colleges versus the players. I don't know how you can file a lawsuit against a kid and then expect, and even if you win, do you really want him to be the quarterback of your team? You think he's not going to be like the most sour player in the locker room? Hey, man, fuck these guys. They don't know what they're talking about. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you got sued and had to go back to the school and play, are you going to be the best teammate that could be? Especially if the shit started going south. It could get crazy, right? And I'm just like, yeah, man. I'm all for the players getting paid. I absolutely support it. I'll never not support that. But they have got to try to figure out when the portal opens, when the portal closes, when coaches can be hired, when coaches can be fired, because this whole thing has kind of tarnished the whole thing. And now we got guys who are in the NBA going back to play college basketball, like mid-season acquisitions. Like, these guys are leaving the G League to go join current active rosters right now. This is crazy.
Okay. Hey, Jay Kane, you mean Tim Martin, not Tim Brown. Tim Martin from Dunbar played for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Also, Ryan Heflin, that was at Colonel White, went to Meadowdale. He played for Ohio State Buckeyes, as well as Stu Heflin, I believe, played for the Ohio State Buckeyes from Colonel White High School. Eagles Philly said, great show today. Good brothers, keep doing your thing. Stay safe and stay blessed. His favorite college and still to this day is the Villanova Wildcats. They got a little bit of championship pedigree as well. King Ming said NIL and transfer portal has changed all college sports. And then Jay Kane said, I thought y'all like it was okay with the portal. Yeah, we talked about that, but we'll continue talking about
with the portal. I just need some parameters.
Soul on Sports, man. Give me your final thought as we get out of here.
Final thought, man. We're at the breaking point for Giannis being a Milwaukee Buck. He's starting to throw his teammates under the bus. He's making comments like, we're not playing as a team. My teammates are playing selfish. We got to read between the lines. He wants out of Milwaukee. The happy days in Milwaukee seem to be over. Fonzie already left the soda shop. It's over in Milwaukee. Trade this man. Get him out of there. We talked about this already. Now, he's always been a team guy. Now he's throwing his teammates under the bus. Right or wrong, I think he wore out his welcome in Milwaukee. No longer there. It's time to trade this guy to a contender because Milwaukee's time and winning championship is over.
No doubt. Hey, King Ming said, Jody, can you put a salary cap on NIL deals, or that's never going to happen? I think it's going to happen at some point, because it's just out of control. But I'm all here for it.
Yes, sir.
My final thought, man, we talking about college basketball. College basketball is in full swing. We are in conference play, of course, and there's some tremendous players. I told you the Big 12 has some of the best players in the country. The SEC starting to try to make a move. But the Big 10 and ACC, of course, they got some great teams at the top. But the Big 10 has not won a championship since the Michigan State Spartans have won the championship. What is it that the Big 10 is going to have to do to try to win a championship? They added UCLA. They're adding something. They've added Nebraska over the course of the time since they won a championship, USC, Oregon. I don't know when the next time the style of play that's being played in the Big 10 is going to equal to a championship. Something's got to happen. Michigan State, you can't keep getting 2 and 3 stars and then thinking that you can go bruise your way into the tournament. You got to get a marquee guy. The last 5-star, I believe, that they had was Jaren Jackson Jr. That didn't equal a championship. Ohio State ain't won shit in forever. Indiana is not. They're turning into a football school now. What's going on up in Wisconsin? The Michigan Wolverines look good. Maybe they can represent and bring a championship. Maryland, what the fuck happened to them since they left the ACC? They haven't been that great. Rutgers, what the fuck are y'all even doing? Oregon, spend some money on your basketball team. USC, what the fuck is going on in USC? UCLA, I know right now, goddamn Bill Walton is turning over in his goddamn grave to see the type of shit that's going on in UCLA. The Big Ten, guys, when your best team is Nebraska, yeah, we got it's because they got a better record than Michigan. It's some explaining to do in the Big Ten when it comes to basketball. Put some of that money y'all got on the football programs, put them on the fucking basketball programs. So I'm tired of the Big Ten not having no fucking championships. And the last one we won was against my guy Andre Hudson that I played in high school. That's Mike's guy. That was Mike's quarterback. I played against Andre Hudson at fucking Trotwood High School where he had a fucking triple-double with blocks against us. Against Colonel White, he had like 27 points, like 14 rebounds. He had 11 fucking blocks against us. That's the last time. I'm 47 fucking years old. I'm a man. I'm 40.
You are that.
But no, on some serious shit, when the fuck is the Big Ten gonna get
Jody
fucking championship? Fuck.
You want to know what the most important thing is in the Big Ten come March?
What's that?
Spring ball.
That's fucked up, man.
And until that mentality changes, then it's just
Mike. But you feel what I'm saying? So y'all, man, come on, bro.
Football
think about it. Think about it. In March, when the 68 is jumping off, I guarantee you will hear more about how the starting quarterback at Michigan is looking in spring ball, who's going to be the starting quarterback at Ohio State, what's this kid looking like that just came? Is this freshman really that? The early enrollees, are they that good? Like, that's all. You don't even hear nothing about. You couldn't even you can't even name the Big Ten top 5 conference, top 5 first team all Big Ten basketball players. You ain't got nobody that can name you that.
I
mean,
I
can tell you.
I gotta think about it though.
Who the preseason look, but they could tell you who the preseason first team offense and defense is in March. They can tell you who's gonna be that in September in March.
Hey, so they'll be talking about Penn State and how they're gonna get back to being great.
Yeah.
But they will give 2 fuck. Now, if Michigan make a run, so if Michigan make a run, Nebraska make a run, Purdue make a run, Michigan State make a run. That's our, to be honest, those are the only 4 teams in the conference that I really feel comfortable that can actually go out there and potentially win a championship. Ohio State ain't winning no championship. UCLA ain't winning one. USC ain't winning one. Penn State ain't one. Rutgers definitely ain't winning one. Indiana ain't winning one. Minnesota ain't winning one. It's crazy work, man, and I'm sick of it. Jay Kane said he gonna have the Giannis to the Knicks. Eagles Philly said my final thought it was good to see Gilbert Arenas' son back playing. Now he's the truth. Good stuff right there. I'm glad he's back playing. King Mink said my final thought is no snow for Tennessee or Texas, but it's gonna definitely hit up here in the Midwest. It's gonna be 7 inches, Mike. 7 inches.
I'm giving all I got.
Hey, Mike, we off tomorrow, guys. We'll be back Saturday morning at our regular time, 11 a.m. I want all you guys to go out there and enjoy your Friday night. Take your ladies out and get them a bite to eat or whatever it is that y'all do. Netflix series. Y'all know how y'all binge watch.
Go to Kroger.
I went yesterday. I went to Myers yesterday. So
yeah, I'm going tomorrow, bro. It's gonna be crazy down here.
Yeah, but it was crazy today.
Mike, I'm your host, Jody Coleman of Against the Grain Sports Podcast Uncut. We got my man Mike, the People's Champ Perry, in the building. We got Jarrell Soul on Sports Glenn. We got Ray, more than just a barber. Lindsay, I'll see him tomorrow because I got to get this cut. We got Donald, the voice of the youth. We got Andrew mic'd up. We got Jason, the hefty lefty. And there's no way possible that Against the Grain Sports can be successful without Jay Kane, the chef, cooking it up in the kitchen. Mike, what we doing till Saturday morning?
We working.
See y'all Saturday. Peace.